Catch 'em all.
What's good? It's your boy Rico, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. First things first, I want to apologize for not having a video out today. I actually had one rendering last night, but I just didn't like it. I watched it, and I messed up a lot of information, so I kind of went over that today, and I fine-tuned it, made it a lot better. But first things first, before we even get into all of that, I want to give a shout-out and a huge congratulations to King Mystic. Why? Because King Mystic is the first YouTuber that I know of, to my knowledge, that has reached 4K. 4K is a monumental accomplishment, because I think only 2 people have made it to 4K. A person in the N Clan and King Mystic. Like, King Mystic is the best YouTuber out there, obviously, because he's in 4K. So, if you guys are not subscribed to him already, his link to his channel is in the description below, so please hit him up, follow him. It's going to be awesome to learn from him because he's an amazing player. And also we have a rainbow booster, so let's go ahead and hit this rainbow booster. It's been forever, man. It's been forever since I had an EX. Please, I need to add some chain levels to something. Oh man, it's upsetting. Super upsetting. So we didn't get anything good. Okay, so today it's going to be kind of a different video. It's going to be informative, if you will, because I'm leaving tomorrow. I have to get to packing, so it's not going to be that long of a video. I don't know, it might be because I ramble a lot. But anyway, we need to change scenario, so give me 1 second. Okay, guys, this is what I want to talk about today. We know we're going to have maintenance on the 1st. It says that in one of the notes in the game that we're going to have maintenance on the 1st. It's also when we're going to get our rewards from that last haul where you can get, like, Carmonite and the Dragonair. So we haven't, like, status updates or anything regarding a maintenance. So I was kind of confused, and then I saw that notice. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to have maintenance on the 1st. So what I decided to do is, it was Pauly JD, I think, who discovered the data mine. So when the last update was out, he discovered this data mine. And what I decided to do is I went into that data mine and I was trying to get some information to see what the next banner was going to be, what the next gym was going to be, and I stumbled across some information. Now, there's already a plethora of information on Reddit. I will link it in the description below that has all the plates, the Pokemon, but what it doesn't have is what specific Pokemon have. They have certain abilities and their attacks, and that's kind of what I came across, or at least I think. I will show you how I came to that conclusion. So what I did, I was so bored at work, and this is the findings that I found, and I'll show you how I got it. So we have Espeon. Espeon is the final EV evolution that we do not have. Can we talk about Sylveon real quick? Like, Sylveon is the only EV evolution that is not a runner. Like, if Sylveon was a runner, it would make a round deck so much more appealing, but enough of that. Espeon. When I was looking through the data mine, I saw that it might have been linked to Astonish. Now, Astonish is a ghost attack. I know Espeon's a psychic type mon, but Espeon also did get access to ghost type attacks such as Shadow Ball in the Game Boy game. So Astonish could be an attack. Astonish was an attack that it did little damage, like 30. The base power was, I think, 30, and it had like a 30% chance of flinching the opponent. We haven't seen flinching in this game yet, I don't think. So what if there's an attack that if you attacked them, say hits Astonish, and then made you spin again, and if you hit Astonish again, it's your turn again, or something like that. I don't know. Like, that could be interesting. Loud Red. Now, Loud Red is the pre-evolution to Exploud and the evolution to Wisemore, I think that's what it was. He's the middle evolution of that line in Ruby and Sapphire Gen 3. This was actually a Pokemon that I really liked using in that game because Exploud's kind of a beast, has high attack power. But what I found was he had Sonic Blast. This is the ability, and it reads, when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the field, remove weight from all your Pokemon on the field. Now, somebody might already have this in the game. I don't know because I don't really use any figures that have that. Mr. Mime, or Mime Jr. is in the game. I saw that he might have Feint Attack. I can't remember exactly what Feint Attack does. It's a weakish attack. It's got a base power of like 40, but I can't really remember what it does. We see Poliwrath in the code, and it's linked, hypothetically, to Left Hook. I mean, Poliwhirl is also, it's a fighting Watermon. Left Hook could be an attack. I didn't see what it did, though. Primeape was linked to Boomerang, and the attack is, this attack's range is 2. Okay, so Primeape's a fighting type. I'm assuming it doesn't have Boomerang. I'm assuming Cubone or Marowak's going to have Boomerang, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to be able to hit 2 Pokemon. So if you have 2 Pokemon lined up, like if the battle opponent has 2 Pokemon next to each other, it hits both of them. Who knows? Now this is what I'm super excited about. Aegislash. So Aegislash in Gen 5 or Gen 6, I can't remember. Don't quote me on it. It was a beast. Okay, in the Game Boy games, they had 2 forms. They had the B form and the S form, or the Blade form and the Shield form. So when it was in Shield form, its defense was crazy high, but it was super slow, I believe. And it had this attack called King Shield. And King Shield is like, it's a priority attack. It's kind of like Protect. It would go first. And if the opponent attacked into the Shield form, or when it used King Shield and it was a physical attack, it lowered their attack, I believe, by 1 or 2 stages. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember the specifics on that. And then there's also Blade form. Now, Blade form is when the defense would decrease because he doesn't have his shield anymore, or he's not using his shield, and his attack would increase, and I believe the speed would too. But what I stumbled across with the Aegislash Blade form is the attack Secret Sword with an asterisk. So with those attacks with an asterisk, there's something attached to it, like Muse, Hypersonic. If the attack's over 100, it doesn't take any damage or doesn't get knocked out. This asterisk with Secret Sword is the battle opponent and all Pokemon directly behind it gain weight. Interesting, because I don't know if it has a value, an attack value, so we don't know how much it does, but if it makes everyone directly behind it gain weight, I don't know. It's interesting. There could be some stuff we don't know yet. Poochyena is the lower form of Mightyena, and I saw it was attached to Praysent, which I believe Sharpedo has. Praysent is if the opponent's Pokemon has a special condition, this Pokemon gains 1 MP. Poochyena is the lower form of Mightyena. I don't know how reliable that is. Bibarel, he's the evolution of Bidoof, and it was linked to Ironheart, which is, this sounds close to Cobalion, I think. Is that what Cobalion has? Hold on, I'm going to take a look at this real quick in my game. But anyways, it reads, this Pokemon is not knocked out by gold attacks from this battle opponent. From its battle opponents. If one of your Pokemon adjacent to this Pokemon is attacked, you may switch this Pokemon and that Pokemon before the battle. Before we go into the other thing, I want to take a look at Cobalion real quick and see if he does have this ability. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had this already looked at. Okay, so he does have Ironheart, but it doesn't have the end of it, which is you may switch the battle opponent with the opposing Pokemon that is adjacent to that battle opponent. It doesn't have that in Cobalion's ability. There were some other things. There was Water Shuriken Old, and then there was a Water Shuriken. So there was 2 different Water Shurikens. One was where it didn't respin the Pokemon behind you, and the old one was the one where it doesn't, and the new one is where it does. But then it also has Toxic Tackle, and then which reads, if this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes noxious. Now, I don't think Barbarel is going to have that because it's a normal type mon, but the code was associated with this, so I just threw it in there just to talk about it. Starvia, it was linked to non-stop. That's the ability. This Pokemon cannot have weight. Can MP move through Pokemon on the field that are paralyzed or have weight? Like I said, I don't know how reliable this information is. It's just what I saw that was linked there. Igglybuff, Gleam Eyes. Before this Pokemon battles, you may switch the battle opponent with an opposing Pokemon that is adjacent to the battle opponent. Opposing Pokemon adjacent to this Pokemon deal negative 10 damage. It was also linked to Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack A, which there was 3 different Tri-Attacks. I'll show you guys in a minute. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes paralyzed. Okay, so this is just the findings that I found. Okay, now let me show you how we got to this. All right, so here is the data mine. I'm going to try and explain this the best I can because this is just what I figured out. I could be totally wrong. Everything on the left side is, it's the value, it's the item, and everything on the right side is like the description, the definition. So at first you just see token, clear quest, banners, lot pack. This is just useless information. Well, it's not useless. It's just information that I haven't been able to uncode yet. Icon, so this is, we look at here, it shows conditions. Oh, I passed it. Maybe? Icon, master. Condition. So if you take a look at this condition, bad poison, the special condition effect damage reduced by 40. freeze special condition effect. You cannot use this Pokemon until you tag it with another one or battles with your battle Pokemon. So basically it's like, okay, here's freeze, that's the condition, this is what it does. So that's kind of how I figured out how things work. Here's some plates, and then here you'll see the effects on the right. So here's the plate effect for this turn. This Pokemon cannot be poisoned or noxious and deals plus 40 damage. There's a lot of interesting I saw. Like, look at all this stuff. Plate effect. For this turn, this Pokemon deals plus 130 damage, which in turn is the X attack 11, I believe, which I'll show you in a second. Actually, you know what? I'll just show you right now. So this is how I figured it out. I'm like, okay, this number on the left side has to correlate with something. So I copied it, Control-Find, Control-V. It's got 4 matches. So the first icon text, here's a 5064, and it shows 130, okay? That matches with what the description said earlier. Go to next, damage up. It increases the damage. The condition name. And then the item name, sort key, still got the same number. X attack 11. So look at all these X attacks 3, 5, 4, 9, or 7, 9, 11. Giant Red Candy. All these plates, we have X. It's just there's so much code in the game that that hasn't been released yet, and it might not even be released, but we just know it's in the game. It is possible, okay? And so boom. All right. So look, Dragon type plus 20, plus 30, plus 40. So there was also type specific mons, like it was like a strength, like Mewtwo strength. For this turn, Mewtwo does double damage. Like I said, all this information that I'm talking about right now is in the description below in a Reddit post. But the things that I wanted to get to you is what we discussed in my email. So let's go over that. Let's just go to Espeon real quick. So we're gonna control find. We have Espeon, and then here's his number is 1146. So it can copy, control find, control V. It's got 15 matches, which let's see, clear way. And this is what I also want to talk about. Some of these numbers were associated to other things, and some things that didn't make sense. So there's the thing to Astonish. Skill detail. So this is obviously there's a lot of missing text on the right. It's just not in the game yet, but it's the skill details tells us what it does. Recommended booster. See, these are just other things, other codes in the game. Shows Espeon. Open Circuit, which is also an ability, which I want to talk about. So Open Circuit, if you think about it, it's probably something to do with electric, right? If we keep looking, here's the description, the Poke Power description. Oh, it's an ability. So hold on, let's go back to Open Circuit. It's a Poke Power name, which essentially is their abilities, which is what I figured out. Because you got, look, Thick Slip, Water Jet, Ocean's Gift, which is, we know that's Manaphy's. So Open Circuit, we keep looking, and then it's got any water-type Pokemon that battles this Pokemon will become paralyzed. That makes sense. I'm assuming that's what the Open Circuit is. So we wanted to look at Astonish, right? So, oh yeah, and Astonish didn't really have an attack, or didn't have a description, so we don't know what it does, but it could be for Espeon. So let's just go over Loudred, because there's only really 2 things that I really want to discuss. So we'll control find Loudred. Here's his number, 1198. Control find, control V. 11 matches. Solar Beam. Solar Beam obviously doesn't have a description. So it's attached to Loudred. That's a Pokemon. And then the ability, Sonic Blast, which it makes sense because Loudred, it's like the noise Pokemon, and its ability in the games was it was something to do with sound. So that's why I'm thinking Sonic Blast is for Loudred, its ability, and here's what it does. It's the Poke Power description, which is their ability. When this Pokemon moves from bench to field, removes weight from all your Pokemon on the field, as we already discussed in the email. So let's go back. I just want to cover Aegislash. So like all this information I'm showing you how I got, but Aegislash I wanted to show you because Aegislash is one of my favorite Pokemon. Oh, if you guys don't know Aegislash, this is what Aegislash looks like. Here's Aegislash Blade form, Aegislash Shield form. Okay, so let's go back in. Find Aegislash. See, we see that we have Aegislash Blade form and Aegislash Sword form, but we want to look at the Blade form. Here's the attack. Here's the skill name. Its skill is the attack. Secret Sword. It's got an asterisk. And then it's got the detail or the description right here. The battle opponent and all Pokemon directly behind it gain weight. So there was some other things. I mean, there was lots of other stuff in the code. There was like the Megas, Sceptile, Blaziken, Swampert, which I tried to look at, but there was no matches. Let me just show you real fast. Oops. We'll go to Mega Sep. Here's his number 1287. There's 5 matches. Skill name Ice Beam. Now, does this mean he's gonna have Ice Beam? I doubt it. It could be linked to another Pokemon that's just not in the code already. But there's Ice Beam, and then Ice Beam, as you can see, it attacks. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes frozen. So there's some validity to what I'm saying. Like I said, none of this is for sure. This is just things that I think are gonna happen in the game. Let's see. Is there anything else I really want to talk about? Not really. Like I said, there's all the other information I could cover right now, but like I said, it's already in a Reddit post, so you guys can go over and check that out. The last thing I want to talk about is this huge glitch, okay? This glitch that it made things kind of broken. Like, if you've seen anybody with crazy chain levels, this is probably how they did it, okay? As of now, this patch has been fixed. This was actually reported on Reddit today, okay? And I'm just gonna let you guys watch the video. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Hopefully you can. Oh, actually, you know what? We have to do the sound settings real quick, and then you should be able to hear it. Okay, so like I said, this has been patched as of today, and the person who actually found out a while ago and didn't. And he actually sent it to the devs, and the devs, like, if he would have released this, it would have been crazy for everybody. Which I'm actually happy he didn't, because I think it would have broke the game, honestly. But yeah, enough of me rambling. Just watch it. Here we go.
I just found a major bug in Pokemon Duel version 4.0.0. Show you what that is real quick here. Now, I have tested this with uncommon and rare cubes. I didn't have any common ones to test it with, but I assume it works just the same. So you want to upgrade your Corsala. Change your mind. Go to something else. This only works with figures that are level 4 or less. If they are level 5, it will not work. But you'll notice that I have a Latias there, level 4, with a rare cube ready to be fused. If I hit fused, I get to power them up.
How crazy is that? I mean, first off, this man's a Dio user. But nonetheless, as much as I really don't care for Dio users, thank you so much for, one, waiting to share this until it was patched. And two, like, I don't know. How often did you do it? I mean, you found it? How often did you do it? I really want to know. But again, thank you for holding off until it's fixed. Because, guys, broken. I saw a picture with this guy had like 4 of his 6 mons chain leveled to 10. Complete joke. I mean, unless that guy's a major whale, this could be how they did it. And I can't believe it didn't get out. So, but yeah, that's crazy. I think that's it I wanted to cover today, guys. Yeah, that's it. So congratulations again, King Mystic 4K. That's awesome. Data mine. I left everything in the description below. I'll link you even the whole full data mine. Maybe you guys can go in and look. There's a lot of new attacks that like Dragon Dance and just a bunch of other attacks, and it explained what it did. I didn't really go over it. I could have, but I was busy at work, and whatever. You guys, I want you guys to go check it out, see if you can find any information, and let me know in the comments below. And then this glitch, I'm glad it's patched. If anybody used it or saw anybody who used it or thought anybody used it, let me know in the comments below. But your boy Rico has to pack because I'm leaving to Seattle tomorrow, and there's gonna be some awesome vlogs. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace.